So it has come to my attention that there are parasites that enter a host and then can manipulate it via various means, um, manipulate it so that that body, that biological entity, will begin acting in ways that are against its natural instincts. So there's a parasite that can live and reproduce, maybe only reproduce or live. I don't know if it's both live and reproduce, but it can only reproduce inside the guts of a cat, inside the intestines or the digestive system of a cat. I don't know if it's all cats, maybe, but so it can only reproduce inside the guts of a cat. So the cat shits out a bunch of these parasites, I guess. It gets rid of it. And then rats eat the shit. So they've found, God bless science. I mean, science does a really good job of describing the illusion. It describes the illusion, that's all. But anyway, this parasite, once it gets inside the rat, it manipulates the pheromones or something, manipulates it somehow, the neurology of it, so that the smell of cat doesn't repel it anymore. Like even the smell of urine, it would, in some cases, even attract the mice to the cats. So it's manipulating the host body to move against its natural instincts and programming. So this is what is occurring. This is the biological narrative for what's occurring. So every branch of science and system of thought requires a narrative, and this is the biological narrative of what's going on, is that humanity has basically a mind parasite, a mind virus. This parasite can only exist through the attention of you, of a human consciousness, a human level awareness. This parasite can only live while you are giving it attention, basically. And that is thought itself. I know this is really, really, really difficult to accept, but it would explain, if you're objective about it, the madness that is occurring within humanity, right? So simultaneously, we have to be objective about this. What is happening within humanity is we're going crazy, right? We're going crazy, and I believe that we're going crazy because we're inbred. We are reiterating our own creation, and we're not in contact, in connection with the natural, the world of the senses. The world of the senses is being ignored, and we're going crazy. So, and simultaneously, we're killing each other, right? We're completely, the human species is at war with itself, almost completely down the middle. It's like the polarities of a magnet are fighting each other. So humanity is completely split down the middle, and it's fighting with itself, and it's fighting with nature, and it's destroying nature. So the reproductive, I might bounce around here a bit because all of it's fucked up. So the reproduction rate of the species has plummeting And it's because of the addiction to the screen, right? We're making this transition where, so, where was I going with all this? We're, all right, so the biological narrative is that the body has been infiltrated, it's accepted this virus, or it depends on what scale you want, biological scale, I guess, but a virus or a parasite, and that parasite lives through your attention. And that is the voice in your head. So the parasite basically is the voice in your head. The parasite is the voice in your head. It's your mind. It's the disembodied voice from nowhere. So this is the thing, is that it's a voice from nowhere, right? It's this parasite has somehow managed to replicate the auditory sense and the way in which nature communicates with itself in an auditory way. It somehow managed to mimic that within our consciousness, and it's communicating with us and controlling us via the thoughts in our head, which is a mimicking of the communication that nature has through the auditory sense. This is a really good narrative. This works. This should be the narrative for biology to what's going on here. So I've been lately, it has been coming to me that thoughts are time separated. Now, sensations, thought is non-physical. It can't, the source of it is not outside the skin. It's not outside in the sensual realm. So it can move through time. It has zero-dimensional space, so it must be multi-dimensional. No, kitty, sorry. It must be multi-dimensional through time. So, and it's communicating through symbol. It's communicating through symbol. Because symbol is a communication through time, right? You're leaving it there as a recording, and that will be noticed by an equal level of self-awareness consciousness later on. But I think it's our past. This is the problem, is that we've evolved through these different realms, these different dimensions. Science thinks a dimension is something that can be measured in space, but it's not. A dimension is like the subatomic is a dimension, the atomic is a dimension, molecular, cellular, body, planetary, solar, galactic, universe. I missed one somewhere. Oh, quarks. There's 10 dimensions, but they're not all rulers. They're not just measured by rulers. They're actual dimensions, but that is our past. We've evolved through those dimensions, and this is a bad scene. We're devolving. Like, this is literally the following the voice in the head is literally a devolution within the species. The body is being controlled. So all it wants to do is reproduce thought. That is the virus. It's a thought virus, and it's in your mind. You have a thought virus in your mind. It is the mind. You have a thought virus in your awareness, and it is the mind. So, all the purpose of all systems of thought are to generate more thought. The human level self-awareness is the only place that this parasite can replicate, just like that parasite can only replicate inside the guts of a cat. There's there maybe they are aliens, and who knows, right? But anyway, we have to, like, I know, I know, I know this is the toughest thing. It's the toughest thing. But we have to be objective about this. We're going crazy. Simultaneously, the technology that thought has produced is gaining control of us, right? It's gaining control of us while simultaneously killing us off. Our attention is being simultaneously drawn into the digital realm, while simultaneously that other technology is destroying all biological life on the planet. Someone, please, there's no more time to fuck around with this and talk about it. Talk about how many fucking angels are dancing on fucking pinheads, okay? We just need to leave the materialists behind, because they are retarding spiritual advancement. And that's what all of this is about. It's all about spiritual advancement into higher levels of self-awareness, and where thought is going is a devolution. There's a fork in the road coming up here right away. A big fork. And you don't want to go the way that most of humanity is going, because that, trust me, it's a devolution. It's not better. It's so we need to just stop listening to, listen, I'm sorry, but all of thought, I'm not sorry. Don't kill the messenger. And don't, obviously, if this is true, you will have a lot of thoughts coming in saying, calling bullshit on this, or let's go get an ice cream or something, right? Let's do something other than pay attention to what this dude is talking about, right? Because something completely new needs to be done. We're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over, blindly meandering into oblivion again. We have to stop with the insanity. Just listen to me. Follow my work. Use your own judgment. Follow my work. Use your own judgment. Don't rely on anything that you've been taught, anything that you've learned that someone else has taught you. Forget all that shit. I'm not teaching you anything. I'm showing you stuff. I don't believe I'm teaching you. There's nothing to memorize here. You just have to fucking see. Okay? And this is like, this is really important, and it doesn't get more real than this. This is the most important thing ever. And don't let the mind and its use of cynicism or disbelief avert you from this truth that is being revealed to you, that needs to be shared with humanity.